What is up, guys? JayFerGaming here. Welcome to round 3 of F1XL Season 9. This is the Spanish Grand Prix. If you're new to my channel, hit subscribe and do go and check out the previous 2 races if you have missed them already. It's been a pretty good start to the season, not so much in terms of results, but I have jumped up to the top league in F1XL, so it's very difficult indeed after winning last season in Formula 2, so yeah, it's a big challenge. My first lap of the Spanish Grand Prix put me up to P5, and on this second lap, my final lap in the session, it was actually pretty good. I was less than a 10th off first, so I was feeling very confident. In Season 8 last time out, last season even, I did a 23.0, and that put me in P12, probably one of my worst qualifying sessions ever, so this was a vast improvement. I do apologise for that corner cut, I didn't realise I did that at the time, that looks really bad, but coming to the line, around 6/10 quicker than our first lap, where we can end up, and it's P2, a very good lap for us there, very happy with that. And where did we end up overall? It was actually P5, nearly 8/10 off. I mean, some of these guys are just far too quick for me, I'll admit it. I am probably one of the slowest drivers in this league, so as long as I'm not at the back, then it's all good. But we do have a couple of new guys, which is great to see. Spooky Sky and TDP. So, yeah, great to see some new guys. And if any of you guys do want to join F1XL, do go to f1xl.co.uk. In terms of strategy, it seemed like a pretty simple 2-stop. I was thinking probably going to use 1 compound of each tyre, because obviously the medium ones are mandatory here, and we are starting on the soft, so yeah, it looks like we're going to be using 1 of each set, but we can always mix things up during the race. So starting the Spanish Grand Prix, it's going to be a dry race, building up from P5, 5 lights, and away we go. Can we get a good start? It's a long run into turn 1, so no doubt there's going to be a lot of slipstream whoring here. And looks like we're already in the battle already. We move to the right to cut off our teammate, and we're going into turn 1, and Sigma's gone off. Vidal gives Sigma a nudge there. Sigma is out the race, and we have a yellow flag, so we didn't go on the attack against Mav there. So Sigma's got very unlucky there. And actually the virtual safety cars come out. And good job that wasn't the AI ahead of me, because they would have broke instantly. But that's a crazy start to the race. We've gained a position, but it's been a terrible start for Sigma. Very unlucky there. But by the end of the lap, the VSC was ending, and I really don't know what the guys ahead of me are playing at here. Absolutely just totally messing it up, and we get damage to our end plate there on the right hand side. We just clipped the back of Mav. I don't know how to explain what's going on with these guys ahead. Hopefully they can explain it to me. But so who went off there? Kingsley went off, so we got the overtake done, and now we're using the slipstream to try and go for a move into turn 1 up to P3 here. It's been a brilliant start for us, pretty unexpected, I've got to admit, and Vidal clearly doesn't have straight line speed as Mav speeds into the lead. But we're going to try and follow these guys. I do know they're quicker than me, so the longer I can stay with these, the better race we're obviously going to have. So we need to stay in the 1 second window for DRS on the next lap, and Kingsley behind me, he was really scaring me, I've got to admit. I don't think I've raced him before, and I just got the impression that he was going to dive me at any opportunity, and we have made contact there. We were never going to go side by side through that section of the track. That's a 1-car section, so I think he probably should have backed off there. So I will not be apologising for that one. Don't want to be an easy touch. I do know I'm slower, so I will be put under pressure. But yeah, if people are going to dive bomb me, then I'm going to turn in. I'll say that. But yeah, a bit of a mistake there, unfortunately. And Jack Sparr looks like he could be getting the move done here. He is on the medium compound tyre, so he's had a great start really on that compound. He should be slower, but he's not far off the lead. But we're trying to hang it round the outside. Can we get the move done? We'll get the inside line for turn 5, I think it is. Going down to 2nd, so we don't understeer into Jack here, but better traction with the softer compounder tyre, and we defend our 3rd place. But we can't be making mistakes like that, because now we're over 2nd behind Vidal and probably won't be getting DRS, so that is not good at all. And I'm not great at turn 9, I've got to say. I think I should be taking in 5th gear, but I just don't have the pace through there. Jack Sparr's going for the move up the inside. We give him just enough room there. We're going to hang around the outside, try and get better traction once again. And I think this is what Kingsley should have done. He should have backed off there, which Jack did there. And yeah, he's just slotted in behind me, and he'll get his opportunity on the start-finish rate. Sensible driving here. And we've actually taken the lead, but not for long. So Vidal and Mav have gone into the pits early to get off them medium soft compound tyres, and I just saw last second in my mirror Hansen got very close to the rear of my car there. Not sure if he was going for the overtake, but I noticed when I got to the apex just a car flying in into my mirror there. It was kind of weird. But now the virtual safety cars come out. And honestly, looking at the replay, I have no idea why this has come out. Like, no cars seem to have been moving very slowly on the minimap. And I thought, hey, this could pay off, because we were going to make our pit stop anyway. So we're going to come in now, go on to the mediums. I've switched it up. I feel like we might jump Vidal and Mav here, and we want to have pace to stay ahead of them if possible. And if there is a safety car later on in the race, we can make our final pit stop and go on the hard, so we can go long there. So I was thinking tactics, and to be honest, tactics and strategy were the only way I was going to have a good result here. And we're coming out in P5. We've actually jumped Mav, so that virtual safety car has paid off for us. Or has it side by side into turn 1? I think he's outbroken himself there, and we've got ahead of him. So effectively, we have the race lead. That has worked out brilliantly for us. Mav is on the hard compound tyres, I'm on the medium, so theoretically I should be quicker, but that was not the case. This is what kept happening. In the final sector I'd pull away, and then Mav would close in with DRS, but I'd go up to Rich Mix, break the toe a little bit, with a bit of a weave, nothing too major. Mav would close in, and then in the first and second sector he was definitely quicker than me, so yeah, he'd stay within the 1 second window, but he clearly is quicker than me. I can admit that, even on the slower compounded tyre. But on lap 13, not a great exit from the final corner. He is closer than he has been in the past, and there's cars in the pits. We're going to take the lead. We've got the genuine race lead. I felt so happy seeing this, but we are going defensive once again. And is he going to outbrake us into turn 1? No. We're putting in a bit of a defensive masterclass here. Clearly slower, but defending like an absolute god. I've learned from the owner of the site, Mr. Tazo, who was my team owner last season. The famous Tazo train he created. I'm trying to make my train of jam right here. I'll just come up with that in my head. It doesn't sound great, does it? But yeah, once again, not a great exit from turn 9. Mav is trying to go around the outside. I've got to admit, this battling was very fun. I knew I was slower, but defending like an absolute machine. Just cutting across Mav there, making sure you're not coming past. Onto the start finish straight. Look at the train I'm forming. It actually felt so satisfying. I was hoping I'd cause a crash. No, obviously not me on purpose, but the other cars would crash into each other and that helped me out. But Mav finally gets through. I was a bit concerned with the third car on the outside. Didn't want to brake too late. But we've dropped down to P2 now. Kingsley is on our tail. And I just had a funny feeling about him. I just thought he was going to dive bomb me. And he does try it here. We just leave enough room there. Didn't want to make it too easy for him. And we just keep P2. And then he goes for a switch up the inside again. But no, I cut him off. Trying to defend my position like my life depends on it. We are wasting I am wasting a bit of time. But hey, this was fun, even though we do have a lack of numbers still. But yeah, I'm making it very close in terms of the fields. And he's gone for a move up the inside, broken very late, outbroken himself. Kind of barges me out the way. I had nowhere to go there, so not the cleanest of moves, but I suppose he got past, and it means Jack Sparr's got a shot at me now. But I've got the inside line, and I defended nicely. So P3. This has got to be one of my most defensive drives in F1XL history. I'm used to winning races, but yeah, this is a bit of a shock to me, I've got to say. And Hansen, I just saw him in my mirror last minute, saw him going up my inside, and I just lost a bit of concentration there. So it's an easy position for him. We're down to P4 now. He's gone a bit defensive there, probably thinking I'm going for the move, but I wasn't at all, because at the end of this lap, I am coming into the pits, and then this happened. Jack Sparr has retired from the race. I was thinking, oh god, please be a safety car. That would work out absolutely perfectly for me, because I could take the hard compound tyres to the end, and the rest of the field would have to go on to the mediums. I'd probably pit again or stretch them out a very long time. So I was thinking, safety car, please be a safety car. We're going in for the hards. If the safety car came out right now, that would be absolutely perfect. The rest of the drivers would go on the mediums, and they would be vulnerable at the end of the race. Though I'm not sure if I'd have the pace to close in, but it would have made things interesting. So we're going to be coming out. We're the first person, I think, to make our final pit stop if drivers are doing a two-stop race. And we come out in P9. So I was hoping to get the undercut on cars ahead. Make the most of these fresh tyres, even though they're the hards and probably would be pretty slow, but that's not actually how it panned out. Everyone started to overcut me. It was incredible. I didn't think everyone was this quick. But Vidal goes to the overcut here. We only have Spooky Sky behind us, and he's on the same compound as us, but he has fresher tyres by a couple of laps. So Vidal overcut us. I think a couple of other drivers do as well. So yeah, I was very shocked by that. We were genuinely in the lead before, and now we're down fighting for pretty much last place really, because Pred, he's come out behind us, but he's on the medium, so it should be a pretty simple overtake. But once again, I try and defend it, just to try and make an entertaining race. He's going for the move. Will he go for it outside, around the outside? And he does indeed. I've got to say fair play to Pred. That was a brilliant move late on the brakes. Got the move done. Try my best to defend it, but I'm not going to do anything stupid, because effectively I'm fighting for last place with Spooky Sky, and he is on his debut, so we obviously haven't raced wheel to wheel. But yeah, this was an experience with him. He was really good actually. He was definitely a clean racer, fair as well. He's trying to make it around the outside here, no contact. We get initially better traction. Side by side through this section is very difficult, and we just keep ahead of him. And yeah, I was very impressed with the new guy. He yeah, gave me some trust in him for future races. And he goes through once again on lap 30, round the outside, defending once again. So much defending. Wow, I'm like Chelsea parking the bus or something. And once again we cut across him, only just making sure there's no contact. But as we get onto the start-finish straight, he's much closer this time. Is he going to go for the move into turn 1? He's getting closer, he's getting closer. We're going to have to go defensive. I've said that so many times. We're defending. He's later on the brakes, and we give him a little bit too much room here, I think, and it doesn't help our run at all. But our tyres are starting to go off quite dramatically. We have to back out there, otherwise we'd understeer into the side of him. But the key thing now is that Spooky has at least one penalty, so if we can keep him within 3 seconds, then we will beat him. And yeah, we're fighting for last. It is demoralising, but this race was actually really fun. So if we have more cars fighting, I'm cool fighting for last place if it's an awesome battle, and Spooky put in a fantastic battle there. We are less than 3 seconds behind him, so we have ended up in P8. From P1 to P8. What can I say? So there's the result. Kingsley takes his second victory of the season. Hansen and TDP made a one-stop work, which is incredible. Great effort from them. I didn't think it was possible around here. My teammate ended up P3. So a second podium for him this season, getting more points for the Renault team. So in the championship, I'm down to 7th. I was aiming for like top 5, but I think it's going to be more difficult than I expected. And I am missing 2 races at least this season, the Australian Grand Prix and the Great British Grand Prix, due to going on holidays. So yeah, hopefully my consistency can help me through this season, and maybe I'm going to be fighting with the likes of Sigma and Jack Spy in the driver standings. So if you have enjoyed this video, please do leave a like, subscribe if you haven't already to my channel. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll catch you next time out. Goodbye.